What is cracking, Cryptosphere? This is Cryptogenic coming at you. I just wanted to drop a quick video on this Saturday afternoon, February 20th. I know there's a lot of excitement about this drop, about this correction that we're anticipating, and I want to get into it just for a second. Actually, this video is kind of urgent for me because I've been hearing a lot of chatter and seeing a lot of comments that are somewhat concerning for me, and I want to share something with you, if you would hear me, out of concern for you. Now, I said I expected this correction to come somewhere around the 56,000, mid 50,000s, 55, 56, 57,000, somewhere in there. And it could be happening now. It could go up higher. I mean, none of us know. I mean, I drew this line. This is actually not a trend line that I'm drawing here. I'm simply demonstrating the divergence. The reason why I expect kind of the justification in the chart that I see for this coming correction is that there is bearish divergence in the RSI. So you're seeing lower highs in the RSI, but higher highs in the price action. Now, where this line actually goes, we don't know because this high has not revealed itself yet. It could be there, where that line is, where that candle touches, or we could be making another green candle that's going to push up towards 60,000. I don't know, but I do expect a correction. I do expect it to happen. However, and let me say this, the fact that I anticipate a correction, and I see this correction happening throughout the entire market, there's bearish divergence right here in this Ethereum chart as well. There's bearish divergence in Litecoin. In XRP, it's not. In XRP, it's just bearish. It's not even divergence. You see divergence in the price action you see lower highs in the price action and lower highs in the RSI. It's all over the market. I was looking at the BCH chart. There's divergence. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over the market. So I do expect a correction. I think the chart is pretty clear that one is coming. However, I want to say that the fact that I expect a correction does not mean that I'm selling anything. My strategy is not, and I would not recommend selling now and trying to buy back in at a lower rate. Is that possible? Can that work? Yes, it could totally work. But you could also get wrecked. And I've actually seen some pretty high profile. There's one particular pretty high profile technical analysis YouTube guy in the crypto space who I watched for a long time and learned a lot from, actually. He's very good when it comes to technical analysis. But he was absolutely certain when Bitcoin was in the 9,000, 10,000 range a few months ago. He was absolutely certain that Bitcoin was going to crash when it hit 11,000, and he was seeing things in the chart like hidden bearish divergence, and he saw a CMA gap down at the 3,400 mark, and he was convinced that Bitcoin was going to crash. It was going to get strongly rejected at 11,000, and it was going to crash back down to $3,400, and that was going to be the huge buy-in opportunity, the life-changing trade opportunity. And I don't fault him for being wrong. I mean, we're all wrong sometimes. I'm not saying this to beat up on him or to look down on him or to say anything negative about him or his technical analysis skills. But what he did and announced on his channel was that he sold all his Bitcoin at around 10,000 or something, expecting to buy it all back at $3,400. And instead, Bitcoin took off, and I don't think he bought it back till after $20,000. So he was going to triple his Bitcoin by buying it all back in the $3,400 range. But instead, he lost half of his Bitcoin by buying it back in the $20,000 range. And this is a guy who has a lot of experience in technical analysis and is really a master of technical analysis in a lot of ways. And so once again, I'm not saying this, that's why I'm not giving his name, because I'm not saying this to disrespect him or his skills or say he doesn't know what he's doing or anything like that. I'm simply saying that technical analysis is not a crystal ball. And that what we see in these charts, they tell us what the trend is. But there could be news or some type of happening that trumps the trend, like what happened on December 22nd with XRP. I mean, if you look at this, XRP was in this progression. It was going to take off. I mean, it was gearing up. It was going to break through all these levels had the news not happened on December 22nd with the SEC lawsuit and all of that. XRP would have done what it was supposed to do, and it would be, in the $2 to $3 range right now. And so all I'm saying to you is that technical analysis is not a crystal ball. And so with that being said, what I do not do when I see dips coming is try to sell and buy back. Instead, my strategy would be to buy the dip. That's not just my strategy. I didn't make it up. But anybody who is experienced in this field and has acquired any level of wisdom would tell you, don't try to sell the spike and buy the dip. You could very easily get wrecked. You do not have the level of knowledge and understanding that you need to be able to time this market perfectly. And because of that, I'm not selling anything right now. Now, of course, I'm not holding a whole lot of Bitcoin, but I'm seeing this pullback. It's going to affect the entire market. And so what I'm hearing a lot of people say is, I'm selling my this and I'm selling my that, and I'm waiting for it to fall hard, and then I'm going to buy back in. That could work, but you could also get wrecked. And so, I want to encourage you. But this is the key. If you have that inclination where, you want to buy and sell and move stuff around and you want to maximize your profits in the market, you're talking like a trader, okay? And trading I'm not saying trading is bad, but I'm saying there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it, in my opinion. And I say that as a person with experience, more than I care to let you know, more than I care to admit, in doing it the wrong way and getting wrecked. When I first got into the Bitcoin game in 2017, I was buying Bitcoin at $4,200, and then it just dropped to $3,200 2 days later or the next day, just within a couple days. And I freaked out, and I started to move this and buy that and move to this. And I was on Bittrex like 8 hours a day, in the charts 8 hours a day. And I was trying to figure out what to buy. And I would buy something and it would spike, and then I would sell it and try to buy something else and it would spike, and then I would sell it, and then I'd buy something else and it would drop, and I would lose everything that I made in the last 2 trades. And I was just jumping around like a monkey in a banana tree. And by the end of the year, I was about 76% down in my portfolio. And so, but the crazy thing was, how do you lose 76% of your investment when by the end of the year, every single asset in the market pretty much had exploded? This was the great bull run of 2017. All I had to do was hold. All I had to do was take my portfolio, diversify it, and put it into good assets, and then just wait, and the money would have just come to me. But instead, I tried to rush the market. I tried to make the market do what it was not ready or equipped to do for me in that way. You got to let the game come to you. And so what I discovered is, yes, there is a trader in me, and I need to give some space for that trader in me to trade. And so I do trade, but I trade with less than 10%. Really, it's more like 2%. Or 1% of my overall portfolio I'm trading with. It's just a small amount of money. And, if that's you, I do have a membership at the trader level where I will give you my trading calls. I'll show you the platform that I trade on. I'll help you set up your account there. And I've got a group that trades with me there already. We don't do day trading. We do midterm trading. It's called position trading, where we're simply looking to make long-term positions in assets where we're looking for drops. We short them on the way down. Like right now, we're entering into a short in Bitcoin. Our short executed last night, and we're up a little bit. We shorted it at $56,600, and we plan to add to that position if Bitcoin continues to drop. But if Bitcoin turns around and takes off, we've got a stop loss set on this trade, and we'll lose a small amount of money. And so the key to trading is going to be making asymmetric bets. If I lose a little. If I win, I make a lot. And so if you're interested in trading, and especially if you're new to this market, don't try to jump in and out of the market, and don't try to trade with your whole portfolio. Set aside a small percentage. Think about joining my trading group. Think about joining the trader level on my channel. I will set it up for you. And by the way, it's not trading advice. Like, I'm not telling you what to do. All I do is I alert you whenever I make a trade. I will alert you. I will tell you, this is the trade that I'm making. This is the buy-in level that I'm buying in out at. Here's the take profit level. Here's where I'm putting the stop loss. And I will tell you exactly, here's the potential loss. If this does not work, not every one of our trades is going to work, but if this goes bad, here's exactly how much we will lose. And if this goes right, here's how much we will make. And so if you're interested in that, just click the join button and check out the trader level here on my channel. That's not to sell you. I really want to help you. Like, really, the last thing I want to see, what kills me is I just think of myself, how much money I lost trying to do it on my own, thinking that I could, know where the market was going, and I couldn't. And so, as much as I can look at these charts and see things like bearish divergence, I've got to have the humility to say, this is what I see, but I could be wrong. I could be reading this wrong. The market could do something different. Bearish divergence is not something that works 100% of the time, but it's pretty accurate. It's pretty consistent. When you see bearish divergence, I'm seeing a lot of indications. Litecoin just broke bearish out of this bullish continuum. It was in this trend. Litecoin against BTC. I mean, this is another data point. It broke, and I called it. I said, if it breaks bearish out of here, this is the direction it's going. And so, there's a lot of evidence. I think we could very well in XRP revisit this trend line down here at about 35 cents. We could, find support at some of these areas of support here, So at any rate, what I'm simply trying to communicate to you is I don't want you to get wrecked. I mean, it's the last thing that I desire because I've gotten wrecked before in this market, and I don't want you to get wrecked. In fact, it's my deepest desire that you'd sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. And there's nothing that hinders that more than getting wrecked in a bull market. All right? So with that being said, hope you have a wonderful weekend. And that's all I got for you today. This is Cryptogenic signing out.